morning, Renville County. We're back again with our, hopefully semi-weekly coffee and conservation. I'm Kyle, and this is my counterpart,
Ethan.
Oh, we got it right this time.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're all enjoying a safe and happy harvest. We've been seeing people going through fields pretty good here lately. But we'll get to on today's agenda. Ethan's going to talk about an outstanding conservationist, and then after that, we're going to go into some details on kind of just some safety tips for around the farmstead and in the field and on the roads during harvest, so we can all stay healthy and make sure that we can keep our farming community healthy and safe during harvest this fall. So. Ethan, why don't you kick us off with what's your little tidbit today?
Well, welcome to this week's episode of Coffee and Conservation, everybody. Today is, as Kyle informed me this morning, National Coffee Day, so we timed that out just perfectly.
Actually, we planned that like years.
Oh yeah, I mean,
we just knew, and
yeah, without a doubt, we knew. Like, don't even try to doubt. But yeah. So, and we're in our lovely new space here.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. I was supposed to mention that.
You're
You
fine.
forgot to remind me.
Oh, I know. We're just forgetful this morning.
Yeah, so today, we're in a new space, same building.
Mm-hmm.
We just moved to the northeast offices in the building that we're at. So we actually have a new entrance on the northeast side of the building. So on the east side of the building, we have parking spaces for our customers, and then there's a doorway there on the northeast side. We have a big sign that says Renville County SWCD.
Hard to miss it.
Beautiful. But yeah, new door. We're encouraging people to use that entrance, just to kind of help streamline us and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So, and we come on by, stop and see it. Keep your eyes on on our social media channels. November, December?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to be having a little kind of the public to come see a little social event where the public can come see our new space and what we're about. So keep that and keep your radar open, your eyes open for that on our social media pages, and we'll be probably getting the information out probably early November, kind of November when that'll be happening. So
yeah, once we know more, we'll make sure to let you know more.
Yep. So Ethan, why don't you go into what you got to talk about?
So today I'm just going to kind of do a quick plug about this year's Outstanding Conservationist for Renville County. This year's nomination and recipient is Richard and Mary Jepson. They do a lot of great cover crop, no-till, reduced till, wind erosion practices, cropland management, buffer practices, and just some other soil and water conservational practices. And they're this year's nominations, and we're going to go forth with that. Some other great things Richard does in the community along with Mary. Serving on the Granite Falls School Board for 13 years and serving as the chairman of that for 4 years. Serving on the Minnesota West Community and Technical College Board as vice chairman. Serving the Granite Falls Lutheran Church with 3 terms on the church council, 3 years on the executive committee, and 1 year as the church president. Serving as the Hot Creek Township clerk. Being a founding member of Minnesota Valley Alfalfa Producers Co-op. Currently serving on a long-range planning committee for the city of Granite Falls. 28 years coaching basketball for Granite Falls and Yellow Medicine East School District, with 10 years of that being the head boys basketball coach. Oh, that's right. I'm reading off a sheet here, and there's a backside. That's how great they are. Being a longtime Farmers Union member, serving as the Renville County president of the National Farmers Organization, and serving on the Land Stewardship Committee in Montevideo, Minnesota. So just a lot of great outreach that they've done in the community, which I'd like to thank them for all that time, and as long as being a great conservationist in the community as well. Richard's always happy to talk to those who are interested in these kind of practices, and always willing to lend a helping hand when it comes to that kind of stuff. So
yeah, great mentor.
Yeah,
a great mentor.
Absolutely. So I'd just like to thank both Richard and Mary for being this year's conservation recipients from Renville County. Just congrats, you guys. Really appreciate it, and keep up the good work.
So I got a few questions for you, Ethan.
Oh
yeah. How does one become the nominee? Like, is there a certain nomination process?
Sure.
Do you nominate yourself?
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Basically, the easiest way is just to bribe me. No, I'm kidding. So you can't nominate yourself, but we do take notice of those who are doing just great conservational practices in the county, whether that's cover crop, reduced no-till, wetland restoration, kind of erosion practices along water. I mean, we got the Minnesota River, so you'll see that down there. Sometimes you'll have that shoreline on lakes. We don't have too many of those, so not a big thing, but it does happen. And then ultimately, we get the nominations, and then our board decides who that nominee should be. For that.
All right, good to know. Yeah, so I guess just any type of conservation work, whether it's any type of conservation practice, would make you eligible, but
Yep.
you can't nominate yourself.
No,
so,
I mean, if you're doing an awesome conservation practices in the county, I mean, we'll know. So,
yep, good deal. Well, Ethan, any more on that, or?
no, I think it's time for you to educate me on safety right now.
All right, so we're gonna take upon three safety things: farmstead, field, and on the roadways. First, we're gonna start in the field while you're in your combine, your tractor, the semis too in the fields. Let's just make sure that we're all well rested and everything like that. Operating heavy machinery is can be dangerous if not done correctly, and we just want to make sure that people are doing it safely. So well rested, well hydrated, well fed. Just make sure we're in there in the combine and we have good attention. And I know a lot of them have pretty much co-pilot and everything these days, but you know you can only rely on that stuff, technology, for so long.
Yep.
So let's just make sure that, and make sure we have our proper lights and stuff like that going on too, and we read our warning labels and everything like that. And then we're around the farmstead with first we'll talk about grain bins, since during harvest we're going to be doing a lot on grain bins and everything, but make sure you always have somebody with you, whether 2 or 3 people at a time if you're going in the grain bin. We always hear that sad one story every year. It's few and far between, but there's always a couple that unfortunately fatal accidents in the grain bins where someone gets sucked in by an air pocket or something like that, and unfortunately it happens. But there's steps that can be taken to prevent that, whether it's having a rope that you can grab on with you while you're down there or something like that. So we want to make sure our Renville farming is a huge part of the Renville County community, and we want to make sure that we keep that community thriving and make sure that we keep as many as the people safe and alive as well. And then a big thing, it's a more common thing, because everybody runs into it, whether you're a farmer or not a farmer, is road safety. As for non-farmers commuting to work, let's just try to be conscious of the equipment moving on the highways and on the township roads. They try to keep it at, farmers try to move equipment at slow traffic times, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. So make sure you give them space, use your lights, and also for the farmers, make sure your lights are working, make sure you have the proper road equipment and what you need to legally be safe on the road. And then if you're going to be passing farmers to farmer equipment and stuff like that, just make sure you have plenty of space. Give the farmer plenty of space in his equipment. That's big machinery they're dealing with, and they can't move quickly or stop quickly. So we need to make sure we keep them in mind first when we're on the roads, and they have a job to do too, just like us, just like non-farmers. So we just got to keep them in mind. And then from the grain hauling side or beet haulers, let's just try to make sure we're not pushing that maximum load. We don't need beets or corn to be flying off the bins into people's car windshields. We've seen it happen a couple times where beets have hit windshields and everything. So whether it's tarping your load or just staying under the top of the trailers, let's just keep that in mind too, so we can, like I said, farming is a huge part of the Renville County community, and we need to make sure everybody's safe, our farmers and our non-farmers. So that's all I got on that. Ethan, do you have any safety tips, or did I get them all?
I think you got them all. I mean, just from kind of what you touched on, from the aspect of you and I, maybe in the morning to go to work, leave a little bit earlier, just in case you meet somebody on the road with the combine, because again, if they got to get out that early, they got to get out that early. So But yeah, just try not to get too frustrated and take it easy, take it slow. Safety is very important, so just please try to keep that in mind.
Yeah. Good deal. Well, that's everything we got today. I'm just gonna let you, for you guys watching, if there's anything you'd like to see, any other topics that you'd like us to talk about, anything you're interested, please let one of us know, and we'd be happy to feature a topic that you guys are interested in. Also, if you want to see something on Ethan's new Throwback Thursdays or Water Wednesdays or anything like that, let us know, and we're always happy to feature plants or different topics of conservation or just anything cool that's going on. Yeah. Or if there's any other weeds you guys like to know about, we like to make sure that we let you guys know the noxious weeds and what you need to be looking out for, because may not look like conservation, but keeping those weeds down is a good conservation act. So
there we go. Well, I think until next time, hope you enjoyed this episode of Coffee and Conservation. Thanks for watching.
have a good one, folks.